Hi folks, many thanks for joining me, and today we're looking at a game called Meteoroids on the ZX Spectrum 48K, although originally designed for the 16K machine. Published by DK Tronic in 1982, it's based on the coin-op Asteroids, and we've got a few options here to customise our game, but we'll just do normal first of all. Asteroids is a space shoot-'em-up by Atari from 1979. There's some other Asteroids clones that also come out on the ZX Spectrum I've covered before. Planetoids, again from 1982 by Sinclair Research. Let's define the key. Oh my god, my ears. Sorry about that. What an odd sound there. Maybe that's to attract dogs to play. That's bad. Anyway, as I was saying, as I get my hearing back, Planetoids from 1982 was another clone from Sinclair Research, and also my favourite one, Meteor Storm by Quicksilver, also in 1982. So we'll see how this one compares with the others. Meteoroids, you control a ship spinning around, shooting meteors. When you hit each one, they go into smaller meteors until they disappear completely. So there's our ship there in the middle. Okay, so all the other clones, they fire dots across the screen. This looks like a solid laser. Okay, frame rate isn't brilliant. Oh dear, I love that effect. That's good. 3 lives each time. If you crash into an asteroid or an UFO that might occasionally turn up, you're dead. Not as smooth as Planetoids, I don't think. Scores down the bottom in the middle. Explosion sounds good. So just avoid crashing into stuff. You can thrust, or you can thrust into a meteor if you're silly like me. If you go off the screen, it just randomly put you on another bit of the screen. So there's no like hyperspace like the original Asteroids had. Initial impressions, although it's okay, not quite as good as Planetoids, which is like solid meteors. I do prefer vectors, so it's got that over that. But the Meteor Storm was the best one in my opinion. It just was so smooth and a little bit quicker. Game over already. So I'll have a few goes at this, but we won't stay here for hours and hours. Did you have this one, or did you have any other asteroid clones? As I say, so far we've done this, Meteoroids, Planetoids and Meteor Storm. Can do 2-player, which is alternate. I think the secret is don't destroy the asteroids too close to you, because the fragments will fly into your face. I don't know why we're not seeing any of the aliens at the moment. They're supposed to come on. Yeah, this seems quite random actually. In all the other versions I've played, you first of all blow up the big asteroids till they get to the smaller asteroids and keep getting smaller in size. This one seems to keep randomising new ones. The other games come in waves. Maybe we can change that in the customisation screen, which initially the other ones didn't have. Kaboom! Yeah, I don't think there's aliens turning up on this. Need to tweak this a little bit. When the ship turns round, it does sound a bit like footsteps. We're losing lives quite quickly here, aren't we? So a very basic game, quite early on, 1982, so very early 80s when gaming was just getting into its stride. Bear in mind, Asteroids had only come out 3 years earlier, 1979. If you've never heard of Asteroids, well, I guess you must be quite new to retro gaming, because that's one of the original retro games. That's Space Invaders and Pac-Man. Pac-Man 1980. Is it game over already? So goes last quite quickly here. At the arcade you would have lost quite a bit of money. More than one player. Okay, so you can do a few players if there's a few of you here. So rotate left and right, thrust, and hold as well. Let's try and be a bit clever this time. Don't blow up an asteroid when it's right next to you. Oh, that's exactly what I did. A good game to look at for historic purposes, but I wouldn't come back to this a great deal. If you already own Planetoids or Meteor Storm, there's no real reason to buy this. It's slightly inferior, although it gets the job done. It does show you the Asteroids game. Those really tiny fragments there. No real backstory to this. A lot of Spectrum games had an amazingly long backstory of what was going on. Some weird alien empire was attacking the Earth and you had to go out in your lone ship and protect mankind. Nothing like that here. It's just pretty simple. Shoot everything on screen to its component atoms and that's it. It's not stage based at all. It will just keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Cool. Well, sort of cool. By today's standards, it's not particularly exciting. And there are better examples out there. I wouldn't say it's a bad game. It's competent without being sensational. Addictive? Well, at the time it would have been. Now, not really. Cool. Yeah, there we go. I knew that was going to happen. Should have thrusted out of the way there. High score, 1750. So I haven't beaten that this time round. You can redefine the keys between games, but we'll try and alter it now. Let's try and get the alien into play. We won't make it any faster or slower. We might be able to up the amount of lives we've got to make a slightly longer game. I think I'll put the Meteoroids in waves as well, perhaps, rather than just steadily increasing. So there's quite a lot of variance you can have on this. Well done to the coders there. DK Tronics, well done. Right, we should have, touchwood, 5 lives now instead of the usual 3. There we go, yep, lives left equals 5, score 0. Well, I haven't started yet, that's why. We're in space. We're in an asteroid field, or a meteor field. Well, that was lucky. That was lucky again. Right, there we go, an alien and he's dead. The aliens will turn up in their green ship. I don't think they're going to fire at us, or that one didn't. Might fire at us later on if we get there. All the meteors look the same, you might have noticed. Oh. I never learn, do I? I never learn. That's why I was thrown out the Space Cadets. That and they had no ships. And I kept telling terrible jokes. Apart from those things, I was great. Out of any ship, if I could choose to be on any one, the Millennium Falcon, Battlestar Galactica, anything like that, I think I'd choose to be on the Red Dwarf. Why is that? I just get some sort of idea. It's good to be the last human alive, bit of peace and quiet. Bit boring after a while, but you got Kryten the Mechanoid and Cat the cat. and that hologram person, Rimmer. Maybe that's not quite so good. Oh yeah, I retract that. I want to be on the Millennium Falcon. Doing the Kessel run in under whatever parsecs he did. It does get shot at a lot though, doesn't it, the Millennium Falcon? But it's particularly good in meteor storms and asteroid showers. Hooray! How are we doing here? Better than before. Kaboom! These aliens must be a bit worried. They've taken the short route on their cargo run through the meteor storm and they've run into me, for some reason mucking about in the middle, shooting stuff for fun. I must be insane. I'm an insane pilot. There are old pilots, there are bold pilots, but there are no old bold pirates. Pirates? No, pilots I meant. Well done. That would have been a good quote, I haven't mucked it up. Let me off. I'm stuck in an asteroid field, and I have been stuck there for some time. Aliens! No aliens. They'll probably just turn up to see if I need any assistance. Oh dear. If I need any assistance or help or stuff. It looks like a big fish. Right, let's thrust, like we did last summer. Yes. Well, I'm running out of things to say on this game. It's pretty basic, isn't it? You know the whole gameplay by now. If you want to check it down or download it or anything like that, then have a look. I'm sure the Commodore 64 and the Amstrad CPC and the BBC Micro had their own clones. Not sure it would have been called Meteoroids, but it would have been called something quite similar, I would have imagined. I have played it on the Game Boy Advance, Asteroids that is. Check that one out if you haven't already. That's nearer the original, but that was come out quite a bit later. Oh, how did he get through there? Blam. So you've got a cyan ship, light blue, oh dear, yellow asteroids, black space, which is always good, and green aliens. No real colour clash here, but, you know, what is there to clash? Nothing at all. Yeah, I saw that coming a mile off. Why didn't I get out the way? Game over dudes, as they say in Spaceland. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. That was a Meteoroids on the ZX Spectrum 48K, although this is coded for the 16K, published by DK Tronics in 1982 and based on the arcade game by Atari, Asteroids in 1979. Thanks for watching that one as always, based on one of the classics. If you've got any comments about this game, any retro gaming or Spectrum in general, then please put that below. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.